Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. My name is Substantial. Hope all is well with y'all, man. Quick announcement before we jump into the full show. Um, we will see how long we go live today because there was a major issue that just happened in my community in terms of the power. Like basically the power went out. But what's crazy is like, it affected one side of my building, and where my apartment is. Apartment is about as deep as the entire building goes, right? So half of my apartment is on one side of the building, and the other half of my place is on the other side of the building. So in other words, what happened is half the power in my home is out right now, right? And so the half of my place where the power is out is like the kitchen, living room, where the Wi-Fi connection is. All of that is done. So right now I'm using a different connection to basically be able to broadcast to y'all live. So a lot of what I had planned for today's show might not happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to spend a lot of time that I would have spent prepping to present certain things to y'all. I had to figure out how I was going to still go live. So right now, if it looks a little bit different, it's because I'm actually broadcasting through my phone and using this public connection for the internet to be able to type certain information to y'all through my laptop. Because I usually go live from a different setup. But other than that, man, peace. Welcome to y'all. I just wanted to make sure I stated that out the jump. Those who come in late, I'm gonna have to explain to them a bit later. So the resolution's probably a bit lower too. I opted to go 720 today just to avoid certain technical issues. But welcome to the show, man. I hope y'all are good. So real quick, peace to everybody in the chat. Peace to Nice Afro. What's going on? My man, early bird. Peace. What's going on, brother? I was just hanging out with Early the other day. We got to check out the new Avatar movie. Got thoughts, opinions, all of that about that. Maybe we'll talk about that later in the Q&A. Yeah, man, new intro. I opted to do a shorter intro. We've been doing this for a while now, about a year, with the Substantial Weekly stuff. So most people know what time I go live. So rather than having a long 10-minute intro like we used to have, I opted to go in 2 minutes just so we could jump right into it, because I would notice it'd be real high in the beginning and then it would drop off and then it would pick back up once the show finally started. So I'm like, hey man, let's get to it. Peace to David. What's going on? We got Elijah watching on Facebook. Peace. What's going on, Elijah? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, peace, David. Happy holidays to you and yours. That happened at my job too. I'm working from home. Yo, it's crazy. Yeah. So Early is in the DMV area. He's in Northern Virginia, so he's probably experiencing the same thing as me. They got the power company outside working on it now. We'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's real. Yeah, who else we got here? We got Avis up in here. Peace was pardon me. Peace, what's going on, family? I have like this dry cough I'm getting rid of. So that might happen a few times during the show today. Oh, we got bottled water. Hold up. Gonna need that. But yeah, man. Who else we got in here? Up in here. Antonio Morales. Peace, peace. What's going on? Salute to you and yours. All right. And we got Elijah. We already said peace too. Facebook's popping today. I see y'all. We got my man Frankie. Peace. What's going on, fam? Good to see everybody up in here, man. A lot of things to update you on. I was planning to show y'all a lot of pics and video from Uganda. And I still might, but like because of this technical issue that I'm having, I might just hold off on putting certain things up on the screen just because you're not going to be able to see it the way I intended, which sucks because of this whole power issue and me having to do the show from my phone. But I'm doing the best I can between my phone and my laptop, hoping that connection doesn't drop while we're live to manage that. So for those who just showed up, just so you know, it's slightly different today because of a power outage situation in my community, where half of my home has power, the other half doesn't. The half that's affected is the half that controls my Wi-Fi and my Ethernet connection. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, Cab, I hope it works out for you too. But yeah, let's see. All right, first things first. A quick reminder. Let's see if I can bring something up on the screen. Um, Couple quick reminders. So, first things first, I just wanted to remind you guys that the super chat issue, the monetization of my channel for those, this is the last time I'm gonna announce it because everyone should have received the memo by this point. But the monetization issue on my channel has been resolved, so monetization is back in full effect. So those who want to contribute to the channel, feel free to do so via the super chat or super stickers. Definitely, if you ask a question via super chat, I'll be sure to address those first. But in general, I usually get to all of the questions as I see them. You can also contribute to the channel via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. And lastly, if you're ever watching one of the other videos, there is a super thanks feature if you ever want to contribute based on one of the other videos that you watch. So just wanted to quickly remind you all of that. Other than that, man, make sure if this is first time watching, and those of you who know what's up, you've already done it. But if you're in the background, hadn't said peace yet, make sure you say peace. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We already saw Mexico in the building. We got the West Coast in the building. I know with Avis and my man Kevin Early's in here, which means between us two, Northern Virginia's up in this joint. So be sure to say peace. Let me know where you're tuning in from, all that good stuff as we get into the details in the things, all of the things. Also, check out the description of this video because there are a couple of links in there for you all about the different things that I have going on, which we will be talking about in a moment. And I'm trying to bring something up right now, so pardon me if I seem distracted. Let's make sure this link works, and it does. High five, Jesus. Okay, cool. But yeah, let's check out the chat real quick. Yes. Abbott says, sending you good vibes and energy. Hope it gets fixed soon for you and Early. Appreciate it, man. Uh, yes, Early is good to go. Lucky you. All right. Yeah, man. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App is the way to go. Yes, it is far more consistent than the YouTube situation. And when you donate to the channel via those options, I actually receive it quicker. It takes about a month, actually more like about 35 to 40 days to receive payments from YouTube. Excuse me. So contribute however you like. Monetization is back up and running, but God forbid if something happened with the monetization issue on my channel, that would mean that they would hold the money until that issue gets resolved. So yes, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App is always the best way to contribute. But whatever is most convenient to you, I am always grateful and will not be complaining. Warpath, peace, what's going on? That was weird. I had it playing on my TV and it was just saying waiting for substantial. Yeah, that I don't know, son. TV was hating me, you know what I mean? Wasn't trying to let me live, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. So quick reminder, yes. Just wanted to give you all heads up that the campaign is still going live for Adultish. And thank you all so much, man. We are killing it right now. Over $13,200 plus has been contributed so far. You guys are beyond amazing, man, and I appreciate it. I know it's the holiday season, so a lot of people might be hesitant to contribute because they're trying to make sure that their money and stuff is in order to take care of what they got to take care of, and that's completely. Peace to y'all. But yes, the campaign is live. If you haven't contributed already, please consider doing so. You can back my project by clicking the link in the description of this video or by clicking the link that is in the chat. I wanted to give you all heads up on something, so I will add it to the screen in a moment. Just give me a quick sec. Excuse me. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me share this tab so y'all can see what I'm seeing. All right. So first things first. More like third things third, because we've been going for a minute. So yeah, man, just wanted to give you heads up. This is where we are right now. We are at 91 backers who have helped contributed $13,241. Thank y'all again so much. We have about 2 weeks left. All right, the campaign has been going for about 46 days, and so we're down to the last 15. So the goal right now, even though we've hit the $10,000 goal, the next goal is to reach 100 backers or to hit $15,000. So whatever comes first, I'm grateful. But if we hit the 15,000 mark, we will have variant art done by the homie Naturel, who's done stuff for Puma. He's done stuff for he's worked with Dame Dash. He's worked with Russell Westbrook. He's worked with LeBron James and Nike. He's done a lot of different stuff, man, and a super talented artist who I have a lot of history with. And the other dope thing about that is a lot of people don't know that he is a former rapper as well. And that early on when I was working with Nujabes, I played a demo that Naturel had put together along with playing Nujabes, a song that was originally supposed to be on my second album. And it was a beat by Nujabes that me and Naturel had recorded a song to. And Nujabes really loved the song. He liked how it sounded so much, he actually wanted to sign Naturel to Hideout Productions. However, that didn't pan out. The second album didn't pan out, but it was a song that all of us liked very much, or loved very much. And so anyway, some years ago, and this kind of lets you know how hardcore, like people say they're hardcore Nujabes fans, but prior to Nujabes passing away, I actually put that song out on a promo Substantial Collabos release that I did through undergroundhiphop.com. And largely, no one peeped it, no one commented, no one cared, right? Because again, this is while Nujabes was still alive and his fan base wasn't what it is now. So that song is in the ether somewhere, and only people who have those physical CDs have that song. But what I've decided to do is, along with us hitting the 15,000 mark, I'm going to make that song available exclusively for those of you who support the campaign. You will receive a download link where you'll be able to stream and or download the song via a private link via Bandcamp. And so that will be a part of the campaign too, but only if we hit that 15,000 mark. I am not, I repeat, I am not doing a ton of posts about this publicly for everybody. This is strictly for the hardcore folks who come to support me here. So I'm not even doing a whole bunch of elaborate emails and different. I'm not doing that, right? Like this is for those who really know and consistently support. I'm not looking to just kind of bring in a bunch of people who only really rock with me because of the stuff I've done with Nujabes, who will just kind of come scoop the one song and won't really care about anything else with the project. So this is for y'all. You know what I mean? So again, definitely, check out the campaign if you haven't contributed yet. Consider doing so because we are less than $1,800 away from hitting that first stretch goal. After we do that, the next stretch goal will be 20K. Most of the funds after we hit 20K will mostly be used to help me do these music videos and help with touring related stuff. So yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, son. Just support the campaign. Oh yeah, no, I do know what else to tell you. So the last time we were live, which was a couple weeks back before I went to Uganda, which we'll talk about in a minute, I talked about how to back the campaign. And so let me log out so I can show you the new. So after we talked about it, I was recommending a way that you can contribute and customize your support however you want it. I'm sorry, let me go back and excuse me. I mentioned that I was going to make some adjustments. And so I have made those adjustments now. And I want to show you how you can customize yours by starting at the lowest level. Let's see something though, because we got a couple comments. All right, thanks, Avis. I appreciate the love. 2 weeks is plenty. I'm gonna put up a note so I remember. Oh man, I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, so yeah, that again, I haven't been out here telling everybody because I'm not like I said, I'm not trying to get the just I know if I say that it's gonna be everywhere. And sure, I could benefit from that, but I'm not looking to get that type of benefit. These campaigns are for the hardcore supporters. You know what I mean? I know it's a whole bunch of more people who listen to me passively and aren't super fans, but they kind of dig what I do. But the stuff I'm doing for this campaign is for the super fans, straight up. Like none of this half-ass shit. Either you with me or you not, fam. You know what I mean? Straight up like that. And that's how I am when I'm doing these. You know what I mean? Like so that's what it is. And that reward, that bonus reward is going to be for everybody who's contributed to help me get to that 15K, straight like that. So anyway, if you listen to sub for New Best, you're missing out majorly. What Warpath said, you know what I mean? But again, I'm grateful to everybody that listens, but I'm eternally grateful to the hardcore fans who really, really rock with me. There's no precise release date yet, is there? Right now, the release date will be in April. I'm going to give you a more precise release date once I speak with, once I confirm everything, turning in all the files to my manufacturer for the vinyl, because the manufacturer I use for the vinyl. So for those who don't know, and we'll scroll down to the vinyl so you can see it. Uh, so for those who don't know, the vinyl records, they are green vinyl records. And what I mean by green vinyl records is they are eco-friendly. They basically use 90% less power to be created. It's all 100% recycled material, no PVC. So it's better for the planet. And because I use this company called Green Vinyl Records, I get quicker turnarounds than over 90% of the vinyl industry. Now, for the record, anybody who artist wise, that knows me, you know what I mean? And I ain't trying to throw people under the bus, but I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. Everyone's complaining to y'all about vinyl turnaround times, right? The fact of the matter is, they all could be using the same company that I'm using, which would give them a quicker turnaround time and be better for the planet. But a good majority of people I've told about this are basically questioning the authenticity of it, even though this company was covered on the BBC. So, you know, those of you who want to know how good the quality is, if you bought Animal Arithmetic and you saw how dope the quality of that was, that's how good the quality is. And so you don't have to worry about that. Now, in terms of the release date, the reason why I haven't picked a specific date in April is because once I talk to my distributor and know exactly when I'm gonna have the vinyl in hand, I can be able to tell y'all specifically not only when the album will be available on streaming, but also when it will be available for to be shipped out everywhere. And I want those two dates to align. So that's why there isn't a specific release date yet. But thank you for that question. All right. Keeps me accountable. I love your job with Nujaba. Hey man, I appreciate you. I'm glad you enjoyed the work I did with them. I'm proud of that work as well. Where it's so far away. Man, we ain't too far away, you know. I think this might be the longest wait for album, for a new album from you, or it might just be that we knew about it so far in advance. I know it'll be worth it. Yeah, man. Yeah, because I mean, technically, I've been working on this record for 3 years. You know what I mean? Because I was close to finishing. I was probably close to the midway point prior to the pandemic happening because I had a decent amount of beats and then I had a few songs done. And then I scrapped some of those songs because I kind of hit a funk and things weren't flowing the way I wanted, partially because of the pandemic and a lot of the stuff that was happening from the uprising, excuse me, from the uprising to other things that was happening. It was just a lot of different things going on, a lot of pivoting, figuring things out. So those things pushed it back. But yeah, man, it feels like a long time, and I apologize for that. But unlike past releases where you waited this long, you all have been able to hear songs that have been cut from it, So Say Less was a song that was originally supposed to be for the album. You've heard that. You've already heard 2 singles from it. Next month, you're going to hear more songs from it. So yeah, you already got 2 instrumentals from it, which by the way, another one of the instrumentals is streaming everywhere right now, no per diem 2.0. So it's not like I'm stringing you along without giving you anything, right? So I appreciate those of y'all for being patient, man. And also to consider, this is the first solo album of mine that I'm producing top to bottom myself. So that's part of the delay as well, because I got to make all the beats. I got to write all the rhymes. Yeah, man. Yeah. Merch looks ridiculous. Thanks so much, Early. Appreciate it. Ridiculous as in amazing. I got it. But in case anyone didn't, man, Agree with Early. Everything tied to this project is well done. It looks great. Part of the reason why it took so long. Hey man, not to throw other Kickstarter campaigns under the bus, but the other thing is, this is not my first rodeo. I've done a ton of these. So part of the holdup is also that I wanted to make sure that I gave y'all realistic dates. So I'm not telling you it's going to be done by a particular time and then y'all don't get it. If you supported me in the past for any of my campaigns, whether it was Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Crates.com, any of these other sites, usually whatever date I said it was going to be, that's when folks get it. So so a lot of the time it took was giving myself ample, make sure I had enough time to finish everything I got to do on my side, because I do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff too, the technical stuff they got to get done. So that is also part of the reason why I needed a certain amount of time to do things. You know what I mean? But I again appreciate y'all patience so much. But let me show y'all how to do this real quick before we move on. So first things first, if y'all want to back the project, this is how you do so for those who have never used Kickstarter before, or for those of you who've used Kickstarter, but you want to figure out how to best customize your thing. So let's say that when you look at when you click on back project, all right, let's say that you go through all of the tiers and you don't find one that suits you. Now, for those of you who don't really, that you want to support, but don't necessarily need any physical merch, or a digital download of it, you can just pledge without reward if you want, and then you can make this amount as little as $10 or as much as you want. Then you got the $10 pledge. Now, before I was telling people they could customize this pledge and add stuff to it. The thing I didn't realize is because it's a digital only pledge, that means that you can't add physical merchandise to this. However, what wasn't there before, which now exists, so before it was infancy, now there's the nursery pack, right? So now when you add this pack, it includes only a sticker. But what it means is that now you can add any other physical merch that you want to it. It automatically adds another $3 to cover the sticker. But with it, you also get the deluxe digital album, physical sticker, lyrics and photo ebook, and a digital thank you note, which is basically like a shout out via social media. So let's say you don't even bother looking at all of these. You just stick with the first one, right? I mean, the first physical one. So you pledge 18. Now, when you get here, there's the add-on section. And now certain things you don't have to add because they're already here. So you don't need this, you don't need that, you don't. Now, if you want, you can add She Sees as an ebook, right? If you want a substantial tag sticker, which is different than the Adulter sticker, you can add that. I'm doing an EP called Adultish 2.0, which will include songs that are produced by other folks who gave me beats for the project. I'll tell y'all more about that later. You can support that with and it's crazy how much support this is getting when no one knows who the producers are. So that's pretty dope. There's also a CD option. You can get a handwritten postcard from me. You can get Sacrifice on CD. The past is always present in the future on CD. You can get an Adultish shirt. You can also, you can get a signed version of the She Sees book, the children's book that I did. You can get The Past is Always Present in a Future on vinyl. You can get Adultish on vinyl and signed, right? You can also get the Adultish hoodie, snapback, Animal Arithmetic on vinyl. Plus, you can get liner note thank you. You can pay for all of these additional options. Let's say you're a person who's looking to do a collab with me. This feature right here is probably one of the best parts. Currently, for those who don't know, and again, I don't post this everywhere. I'm just telling y'all right now. On average, I charge about $2,000 for features, right? Now, the reason why my price is what it is because I don't just do the recording, cover studio, all of that. I also help with social media marketing. Sometimes I consult these artists if they've never released anything before and basically utilize some of the services that my company provides to help them market the song a bit better when it comes out. So I normally charge a lot more for that, but through this campaign, it's only $1,200, which is $800 cheaper than what I currently charge, and about $300 cheaper than what I charged about 2 years ago. So it's a good look. You also can pay for executive producer credit. You can also pay for a beat if you wanted to buy a beat from me. So you can do all that. You can add whatever you want. You can add additional support, all of that. It'll show you, it'll do the total amount here. You click continue, and then it'll tell you what to do next. But yeah, man. So if y'all got questions, let me know in the chat. I know that was a lot of information, but I know a lot of people have figured it out while others haven't been very clear on how to go through these steps. And so I just wanted to take some time to help y'all out to make sure everybody was good, man. And so thank y'all so much for supporting. It's been crazy. It's really, really been crazy. Agree with early. Yep. All right. Saw that comment before. So yeah, man. So that's about it as far as the Kickstarter campaign for now. Again, if you haven't supported already, please consider doing so. More info soon. I'll probably do another update after the holidays are over. So maybe during well, I won't say after the holidays are over because after Christmas, there's then Kwanzaa and then there's New Year. So I'll probably send at least one update during Kwanzaa to keep you all in the loop of the goings ons. All right. Let's get into more detail, shall we? Hold on. A quick reminder that make sure this is all right. So yes, sorry about the delay. So now what I'm working on right now is bringing up a few photos, images, and such from my trip to Uganda, man. Yeah, yeah. Um, it was amazing. So a couple of things I'm going to do just so y'all know. I'm working on a recap video. I currently have a ton, and when I say a ton, I mean a ton of photos and videos. So it's been, it's taking me a while to kind of get all of this stuff organized, but I can't wait for y'all to see it because it's so dope, man, and it was so many great experiences. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna work on a long video to post on YouTube, like a longer recap video, along with adding the short reels that I added to IG and then forgot to put as YouTube shorts. I'm gonna be adding those, so you'll be seeing those over the next couple of days, probably between today and tomorrow before Christmas gets here. You'll be seeing those pop up. But what I'll do is I'll show those to you now. Excuse me. I know my voice sounds crazy, y'all, every time it like does the little jump thing. But I'll show those to y'all now and try to answer whatever questions y'all have about Uganda. And we're gonna do like a little ceremony live with y'all, which will be it's gonna be pretty cool, man. I'm excited to share this thing with you. So let me share this one tab referring to the trip. And yeah, man, let's see if it's ready. There we go, finally loaded. Okay, so let's talk about Uganda, folks. So a couple weeks ago, has it been 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago, I left to go to Uganda. It was my first time going to Africa. Yeah, man, to say I was excited is a gross understatement, fam. Like it, man. Yeah, yo, it was one of the most important trips I've made in my life. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm trying to keep it together right now, man. It was definitely dope. It was really dope. So I flew. So let's talk some background of how it came together. So this was one of many things that kind of the opportunity first presented itself back when the pandemic first popped off. Oh, and sorry in advance if the connection is a little janky. Please let me know, and I will try to adjust if I can. But there's remember, I'm having technical issues over here, so I'm doing the best I can with what I got. But anyway, how it came about. Um, on I want to say in maybe early spring of 2020. While I was working with Words Beats and Life, Mozzie from Words Beats and Life, who's executive director, asked me if I was ever interested in doing work in doing cultural diplomacy work abroad, specifically in Uganda. And he was asking me if I had ever been to Africa, which I hadn't. And so I told him I was definitely interested. At this point, I just found out that I had been selected for next level. Originally, we were supposed to go to Haiti, which would have been an amazing experience as well. That later shifted to Romania. But it was crazy. Both of those opportunities came to me about 2 years ago around the same time. So, fast forward, I basically, accepted the opportunity. Fast forward, a year goes by, and everything was digital. So I ended up doing a virtual performance for the 19th anniversary of the hip hop gathering in Uganda. So I participated in events with them last year, technically virtually, and that was super dope. Shout out to Babaluku, shout out to Bwete, shout out to so many dope folks who I had the pleasure of finally meeting in person this year. So on December 11th, uh, we left the DC area to fly out to Uganda. We had to make a stop in Ethiopia, and that was crazy because for those who don't know, Ethiopia is believed to be the cradle of civilization as we know it in terms of the oldest remains in the world were found in Ethiopia, in Africa. So I love the idea that ultimately we're all African, right? We all descend from Africans, right? And so that was it was dope just to even land there and be in that country for a few hours, even though I didn't get a chance. Even though I didn't get a chance to really kind of explore Ethiopia, but it's on my list of places to go. Now, I will say one thing that I've been saying a few times. Most African Americans that I meet when they finally go to Africa, a lot of times they go to, and I'm sorry if the camera shakes a little bit. A lot of times they visit West Africa first, which makes a lot of sense because a lot of us, um, most of our descendants, most of our DNA shows that we are mostly West African, right? Um, but what I've heard from a lot of folks' experiences, I mean, it's beautiful, equally beautiful. It's amazing. It's life changing and stuff like that. But it's also really heavy, right? Like I've talked to a lot of folks. It's a lot of tears. There's a lot of processing trauma that our ancestors experienced. Walking through the point of no return, seeing the slave castles. That's a major part of the experience for people who visit Ghana in particular first. And although it's on my list of places to visit, and I'm super excited to visit there someday, I'm somewhat grateful that that wasn't my first experience going to the motherland. And just because I mean, I wasn't there with family per se, like people who I have this long history with. Me and Mozzie go back a little ways, but not very long. And I was grateful to be there with him and have this experience. But I know I would have been a mess. And for that, I would want my wife. I would want like people I've known for a lot longer, like some of my blood relatives, to kind of be with me for that experience. Somebody, if I need to hug them and hug them deeply and get some snot on their shirt and some tears on their shoulder, you know what I'm saying? It's a little less uncomfortable. So I'm grateful that this first experience, considering who I went with wasn't necessarily to West Africa first. Now, that out the way, Uganda. Oh my God, man. Uganda's dope. It's so dope. Shout out to the hip hop community out there. Shout out to the spoken word community. That's both of these communities are thriving and growing. And I had a great experience, man. You know, for those who don't know, a couple fun facts about Uganda. Uganda is connected to Lake Victoria, which is the second largest lake in the world. And so when you fly into Uganda, into Entebbe, I think is how you say the city name where the airport is, you actually see Lake Victoria and how big it is. And oh my God, yo, it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's all of that. And so yeah, man. So what I'm gonna do now is just to kind of stay on track with the trip, I'm gonna click to go to the next video so you can see. These are from my IG stories and stuff. And again, I will be adding these to YouTube within these next 2 days. All right. Along with doing a longer recap video. Now, this video here, that's me flying over Ethiopia right there. I'm flying into Ethiopia before eventually landing in Uganda. So this is us leaving the airport. Yeah, man. Shout out to Tump's Dumpling. This is at the American Center in Kampala at the U.S. Embassy. That's the view from the roof. That's Boete right there. These are some of my Canadian brothers and sisters. They're all poets and talented artists who are there. It's the lobby of the hotel right there, the view from the hotel. But yeah, man, it was super dope. That music that was playing in the Nilotika Cultural Ensemble, those brothers and sisters, well, mostly brothers actually all brothers. They are instrumentalists, vocalists, and they're all Rastafarians too. So they greeted us when we arrived at the American Center, and we later got to hear them perform. I got to hear and experience their music live, and some of the young brothers that who are drummers and singers with that band also are rappers. So that was super dope to check out. So again, that music that was playing, that was Nilotika Cultural Ensemble. They're African drum group, and they're super dope. But yo, let's check out these comments. Congrats on the experience, fam. Why did you beat me to the motherland? It happens, son. It happens. You know what I mean? Last King say, peace, fam. Mad late. I watch this back. Definitely, man. Please do when you get a chance. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I just answered this question earlier. It asked that again. The band's name is Nilotika Cultural Ensemble. You see them in a lot of the photos and video that I posted. I'm gonna show you another one in a second. That's so dope. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Jody, peace. Thanks for watching. Let's see. Cool to see you do something that means so much to you. Thanks, man. Thanks. You know, I like to think that all of these things that I do mean a lot, but this was definitely a very hugely significant moment in my life. Being able to visit the home of my ancestors, and y'all, I'm gonna do something with y'all real special before I get off today. Yeah, man, it's gonna be cool. Gave me a big smile when you connected with Nilotika Cultural Ensemble. What experience. Yeah, man. No, it was so dope. Got to have sessions with them, got to drum with them, got to rap like over them drumming. Like oh man, it was so dope. It was so dope. So all right, let's check out the next video in the series. So that was day 1 that I just showed y'all. This is day 2, and this is with Nilotika again. This is when I went to Jinja, and Jinja is the home of the source of the Nile River. So most people think the Nile River flows from Egypt down, but it actually flows from Jinja, and that's the Nile River behind there. It flows up from Uganda. It starts in Uganda. It flows up through from Central Africa to Northern Africa into Egypt. And the baby goat. And that's Nilotika right there. Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all. We saw this one brother who had pineapples. Oh yeah, and that's how the road was for most of our trip there. And that stork you see right there, that stork was about 3 to 4 feet tall. Just to put it in context, how big that joint was. So it looks small from a distance, but those lights that you see are huge. And so that stork was magnificent. You know what I mean? Like, I don't be out here calling animals magnificent, son, but that was a magnificent beast. You know what I mean? That we saw in that light. I was like, bruh, how big is that? That's crazy. And when it flew by, it was wild. Hey, peace. What's going on, Jermon? What's going on, brother? All right, thanks for joining us, man. But yeah, man. So nah, that was day 2, which was pretty dope as well, man. Just again, just amazing experience after amazing experience. That's us in the van there, making our way back. Just super dope. Yeah, man. Let me know if y'all got questions about that. Otherwise, I am gonna head over to show y'all day 3. All right. And again, a more detailed recap video will be posted later with even more video clips, and photos. And I also filmed a video for one of my songs from Adultish while I was there. So here's day 3. That's me and Mozzie. That's Nilotika, and that's the Nile River in the back. That's at Nile Park. Brought a couple books from that elder there. Beautiful butterflies, monkeys. And that's Nilotika again. That's one of their members. We were at this market where I basically sat in this area in the background there, this small market, and ate with them. That guy right there is a part of these B-boys out there, super talented. Sunsetting over the Nile River. And this is after a workshop that I got to present to them, where I basically did a substantial art and music workshop. And yeah, that workshop was, oh no, someone said my video's frozen. Okay, sorry that the video wasn't coming through. Let's try that again. Okay, it's good now. All right, so anyway, I stopped the music, but yeah, I'm glad you like that beat early. Thank you. But yeah, sorry that the video was frozen. But anyway, yeah, man, day 3 was pretty dope. And sorry it's freezing up, y'all. Hopefully it clears up for y'all. But most of these images are still images. There's an occasional video. So I'm hoping that some of this freezing that y'all are seeing is because of the because they're still images, but we will see. So anyway, yeah, so that was day 3. So those monkeys, man, the significance of the monkeys. Yeah, man, they were just in the park chilling, just doing their thing. And what was crazy about them being in the park was that these little girls were coming through, and what was it? The little girls that came through, they were selling bananas, and there were monkeys in the park. And the monkeys, when they saw those little girls, boy, they started plotting. And so I didn't capture the whole exchange because I wanted to make sure that the little girls were good. But hey, but she was nervous to say the least. And there was another woman there who had just bought she had just bought a bunch of bananas from the girls. And so when the monkeys pulled up, she literally started throwing the bananas like toward the monkeys away from the girls so the girls could kind of keep going and get away from it. But yeah, man, it was pretty hilarious, yo. It was just dope because it was my first time just kind of seeing monkeys in like their natural habitat, not behind glass or like being caged up or something like that. They were just out. And so yeah, that was super dope. Another funny moment, right? So one thing you might have seen in some of the images early on is that you see a lot of people on motorcycles, right? Those motorcycles are kind of like cabs. They're called boda boda. And one night, it was a ton of boda boda on the road, just people getting around. And yo, I look up and I'm thinking I'm dreaming because I'm half asleep, and I wake up and I look, bam, a dude is walking his camel, just walking a camel through the street. You know what I'm saying? In between cars and and motorcycles. Just dude just coming through with his camel. I guess his camel was on break. Couldn't, you know what I mean? Couldn't give him a ride no more. And was just like, hey, son, you know what I'm saying? You see what time it is, B. I'm off the clock. You know what I'm saying? So my man's just walking the camels like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. He's just walking a camel down the street, just through traffic, just on the road, like it's nothing. That was pretty awesome. It was just, yo, it was so many moments of just like, yeah, only in Africa, B. This is, yo, it was just an amazing experience, man. I can't make this shit up. You know what I mean? Some things are stranger than fiction. So anyway, let's go to another video. Hopefully this next video doesn't freeze up. If it does, give it time.
Everybody say peace. Peace. Yeah.
Uganda power! Uganda power! Power!
Everybody say peace.
Yeah, man. So this day, this was day 4. Oh my God, yo, my whole heart, man. This was this particular day, meeting these students and meeting the brothers in the background and learning about their program. You know, this particular day, I didn't post a ton of images and photos and everything from the day. It was just like, yo, this moment enough. This moment was enough. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. Yeah, so shout out to them. A couple different things. So number one, the clothes. I know you can't really see my outfit, but I'm actually wearing an outfit from an African um designer. So hopefully, I hate this new schedule level. What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Hey, peace. What's going on, Frank? Um, okay, so hopefully the image freezes. It stops freezing up in a second. I muted the sound. We can just imagine the videos. Yo, oh my God, it sucks. I can't see the videos, man. Let me disconnect it for a second and then bring it back. Damn, yo, that sucks that y'all aren't seeing it. But hold on. All right, let's see if I can fix it. All right, share screen. Bang, bang. All right, let me know if y'all see it now. All right, so I put it back up there. I'm gonna turn the sound on for a second, and I might have to do it how I just did it every time.
Uganda power!
Everybody say
Yeah, so I hope y'all can see it. Let me know if you can or if you can't. If not, no worries. I am going to do an official recap video later. So anyway, yeah, man, this particular day I got to meet. Yeah, now it's good. All right, wonderful. So this particular day I got to meet these students and the brothers in the back. Yeah, man, they are part of this program called Imlisada. Imlisada basically is music, life skills. I forget what the other letters stand for. But yeah, but basically it's like a program that helps young people who are living, you know, in pretty rough situations, create different opportunities through music, and then they also teach them certain life skills. And you know, they've helped a lot of kids go on to become like doctors and professional musicians. Some of these kids have actually performed abroad. Like this program has come to the United States and toured before. And so I was talking to the owner about the possibility of the next time that they come to the U.S. So I'm hopefully going to do my best to stay in contact with them through my connects there, because when they come, I asked them, I was like, yo, like, is there anything I can do to help contribute to your program? Because I really like what y'all got going on. And he was saying, man, he was like, rather than donations being sent here or what, like money or instruments being sent here, he was like, yo, when we come to the States, if you can gather, like, because they usually gotta either purchase or find whatever instruments are available when they get here. And so what I'm going to work with them to do is try to work with Words Beats of Life to get a list of instruments that they'll need based on the musicians who are coming. And then we're going organizations, and hopefully individuals who want to contribute, so that way they don't have to spend additional money after they get to the United States, um, to purchase instruments for the shows that they're going to be doing. So yeah, man, because they're doing what they can or whatever to bring a bit of joy into other people's lives and stuff. What's really, really dope. I will definitely keep y'all posted once we get a bit closer to making this happen. Now, fun fact about this particular video, y'all can't see it in the video, but on the other side of my camera, from the direction of the camera or in this area that we're in, we're actually really close to this area called Catway, right? And Catway, for those of you who that might sound familiar, there was a movie called Queen of Catway, which was about this young chess player. It's based on a true story. And that little girl is from the community that these same kids are from, which is behind, like on the opposite side of where I'm holding the camera. But yeah, man, um, yeah, just super dope. And my family, we saw that movie in the movie theater when it came out. We own a copy of that movie, so that was super dope because I just was unaware. I didn't realize that the story took place in Uganda specifically. So being there, I mean, it was already special, but that was pretty dope in itself. All right. So let's get through these last 3 days and keep it moving. All right. So I think I figured out best way to do it now. So let's try again. All right. Yeah, I think I figured it out. Okay. So we'll do that. And bring it back up on the screen. All right. So this day, this is day 5. Images that you're seeing here.
I wish you were real.
Again, with M. Lasada again. These are the students performing. The picture before was with the director. That's from my hotel. That's me mixing because that day was super busy. That first image where it looks like me praying was from me shooting for my video. That's us recording in my room. It was just an amazing day. The pants I was wearing in that one shot, the pants I was wearing in the one shot actually is of that's from the same designer whose stuff I was rocking the day before. Let's check out your comments because there's a few of it. Looks cool. Thank y'all. Yeah, the kids look so happy, man, in the photos. They were. For it was an amazing experience. But yeah, on this particular day, shooting more shots for the music video. Oh, those, by the way, those kids, they were helping us with the video shoot too, like helping to carry some of the equipment and stuff like that. Helping us with like the sound and all of that, making sure that I could hear the music. Yeah, man, and just it was cool answering questions and stuff. They had a lot of different questions, mostly about my outfit, son. It was like, what type of shoes are those? Where them shoes from? You know what I'm saying? What's up with your watch? It was super funny, man. But you know, and then like one of the kids, Angel, was teaching me how to say different words and stuff like that, making sure so the language that they speak is Lugandan. So that was super dope. But yeah, all right, let's keep it moving. 2 days left. Let's go to the next day and then refresh. Hold tight. Hold on 1 second. Stop screen share. Hold on 1 second. All right. And again, if you got questions about any of these particular things, let me know. All right. I think I got the next one queued up. All right. Bet. All right. So here comes Dave. What was it? Where we at? I think that was day 5. So we're at 6. Day 6 is next. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, man, this particular day, I'm gonna just not play the sound for the joint because it's just beats from me in most cases. You know what I mean? Beats y'all heard. But this particular day was really, really dope as well. This is one of our longest days in terms of events that we did. So at this particular event, this was the gathering event. Yeah, man, got to meet with a ton of different hip hop artists and poets and local visual artists. Um, yeah, man, it was just super dope. So these are different artists that were there. One of the artists that you're gonna see in the pictures, he's actually an artist that I was went through EOW sometime before. Shout out to EOW in New York, one of the longest running open mics in the city. Yeah, man. So it was dope to see that these artists who were connected to EOW because they ended up starting their own branch in Uganda, being there. All right. It says this is from Frank. It says, from what I'm saying, looked like an amazing trip. What was the most surprising thing that stood out to you in terms of the culture? Couple of surprising things, man. One thing that I didn't know, probably the most surprising thing that I didn't know prior to getting there. And let's stop sharing this because I'm going to share the last thing and then we're going to keep it moving. But the most surprising thing, I would say, was the fact that most people don't know, but Uganda is the entrepreneurial capital of the world. There are more entrepreneurs in Uganda than any part of the world. Like more businesses that start up every year than any part of the world. And like most places, there are a ton of businesses that start up and they usually fail within the first year. So they're no exception. You know what I mean? They have those same experiences, but it's still really dope just to know how entrepreneurial they are. Like there's a ton of folks there, just like a lot of places. Like folks are struggling financially, and so rather than just kind of giving up on hope completely, people find different ways folks are scrappy, man. They figure out different ways to monetize or and push a business to make a living, and take care of themselves and others. So it was an honor to be there and to be able to speak to them about what my business does and to learn about their culture and to learn about the music industry and different parts of the business or opportunities that they have there, because it better equipped me to speak to them about different ways they could maneuver with their own businesses. So that was dope. And when I was done presenting, I mean, the most humbling part was like when people came up to me because there was a ton of stuff that they heard me talk about that they could use for their business. And that was really important for me, man. Just knowing that like y'all wasn't just up there just saying a bunch of stuff that they couldn't utilize. Like, I tried to tailor my presentation a bit to what their needs were and what they could actually use by asking certain questions ahead of time, so I didn't go too deep into things that would be useless to them. So man, yeah, just people's response to that was really, really dope. You know what I mean? So that was one cultural thing I learned about their just their drive and their willingness to start their own business, to take to bet on themselves, basically. You know what I mean? So that was really dope. Um, there's other more culturally specific things I'll probably jump into in another video, but thank you for that question. All right. And so last image that I will put up, and then we're gonna keep it moving, and I'm gonna get out of y'all way. All right, so that's loaded up. Let's bring this back on the screen. Yeah. So this was my final day before I headed to the airport. Um, Yeah, man. Those kids, that was at this B-boy event that was the last event I got to check out. Literally was packed up. All my stuff was in the thing. And then my brother, Babaluku, brought us to this event to check out and meet local B-boys who you can see in the background there. It was so dope. because before the main performances start, they just spent a ton of time like with kids that they work with in the community who they teach dance to, and they were teaching them different dances and stuff like that. And so, yeah, man, it was super dope. I didn't expect to get on the mic. I was really just be there to be a fan. And Babaluku, he's like I joke with him and call him the governor. Everybody knows who he is. They speak to him like literally when we're driving in the car, people recognize him. And we're stopping at certain places, like just talking to everybody, and he gets so much love and respect. So it was dope to be able to travel through his community and see the impact that he's having and the work that other people are doing. But yeah, man, it was a great experience. Oh my God, I loved it so much. I look forward to going back someday and exploring other parts of the continents, but specifically returning to Uganda. And so the thing I'll end with today, is so I got this big map here. Uh, like hopefully y'all can see that. And so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna update it. You can see all of the flags in color and all of the different areas that's been scratched out. Those are different countries that I visited, right? So I gotta scratch Uganda off. I hadn't done it yet. So I'm gonna scratch off Uganda. I gotta also scratch off Ethiopia. And on my way back, we actually stopped in Ireland. So I got to stop there to scratch that as well. But we're going to get all of these joints on the map, all these new places I got to go. While I'm doing that, if you got a question, let me know, man. Do my best to answer that before I get out y'all hair. And thank y'all for watching, man. I hope I hope you more than you finding it entertaining. Hope you found it inspiring, man. And again, I got a ton more footage that I'm gonna show y'all. This stuff that I showed today was just kind of scratching the surface. Um, but yeah. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Glad you're digging the map. I will try to remember to put a link to the map in the description of the video. It's something I got off Amazon a while back. I bought it for one of my offices to keep it so that students could see it and we could talk about it when they would come to. Oh yeah, I already got it. Cool. I scratched it off before. All right, got that part. But yeah, I will keep it up on the wall so I could talk to the students about travel and exploring where they wanted to visit in the world and stuff. But yeah, all right. So we got Ireland. Let's get Ethiopia now. Boom, there it is. But yeah, man. Dude, yeah, man. So the quote I'm gonna hit y'all with that I got from my man Action. And I gotta follow up with him. Just say happy holidays and show that brother some love. So I met DJ Action in Romania. And the thing that DJ Action would say all the time when we're in Romania is that he would say gratitude is the great multiplier and that travel is the great educator. And I love that quote so much. I think I mentioned it the last time we were live. It looks like an incredible journey, a lot of culture and art, different expressions, and that is very wonderful. I congratulate you for delivering the music and supporting this sector. Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Early says about to head back to work. Merry Xmas and happy holidays to all. Same to you, brother. Love you, man. Talk to you soon. All right. Stan, will some of the physical rewards from the project be on your site or they are Kickstarter exclusive? That is a great question. I'm not going to be that cold-blooded and make them Kickstarter exclusive. Some of them most of it, or at least some, will be available in limited supply after the Kickstarter campaign is over. However, I will say this, that the supplies will be very limited because based on how much support the Kickstarter gets, that determines how many of these things I manufacture. So, which means that if I do not sell a ton of vinyl via the Kickstarter campaign, then I'm probably going to manufacture the absolute minimum for the vinyl, which means that the likelihood of the vinyl selling out way quicker is higher, right? So the best way to guarantee that you get it is to support via the Kickstarter campaign. because once it goes up on my site, it might sell out fairly quickly, depending on how many copies I have left. And that also applies to certain things, like the hats, right? Or like the USBs and things of that nature. The shirts will be through the company that I use as supply on demand, so you won't have to worry about those selling out. All right. Happy holidays to early, yes indeed. Okay. Jen Jackson says, hi. While I was doing a research project on Nujabes and lo-fi evolved from underground hip hop for a hip hop music and culture class, I read an interview you did with Jeff Kim, and you mentioned at the time of the interview about a time back when you used to eat chicken. I'm just wondering if you're vegan, and thanks for your hard work in the industry. So I am not vegan. I'm technically pescatarian. I still eat fish. However, there are days there's days in a week where like I'm not eating fish all the time. Fish is the only meat that I still eat. Um, but I don't eat it on a regular basis. So there are certain days of the week where I'm eating like mostly vegan or like plant based, depending on what you want to say, um, or vegetarian, right? So more times than not throughout the week, that's pretty much how I'm eating. So it's like half and half. But I am not vegan to answer your question. I'm pescatarian. Um, however, you know, I've been practicing this lifestyle for a long time, and at a time where we didn't have as many options. And so, man, shout out to everyone who's eating a lot better. It's crazy, like to even see like vegan junk food options now, son. Like it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like it was so hard to just get dinner back in the day, fam. Because I was eating the way I eat now. I was eating that way in the '90s, so it was way harder. So it's just it's dope to see where the world's come to now and how many options there are for folks. Speaking of food, the food in Uganda was amazing. And I was eating this. They have this popular street food called the Rolex, like the watch. The Rolex just means it's like rolled eggs, right? So it's like chapati is the bread, is the breading, almost like a roti for my West Indian folk. And then it has like egg, veggie, and then if you eat meat, then you can get meat or you can get a straight vegan one. So some days I'd have a vegan one, some days I'd have one that's like vegetarian. Technically, it still would have like eggs or like cheese in it, even though they call it like a vegetarian one. But yeah, definitely if you're ever in Uganda, get you a Rolex. You know what I mean? Probably be the cheapest Rolex you can find. All right. It says, because I want to pledge a certain amount, but I probably can't get it all at once. All good, fam. And keep in mind that when you pledge today, the money does not come out for, this is referring to the Kickstarter campaign. The money does not come out until they start processing payments, I believe, on January 8th. All right. So y'all still got about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks before. You can pledge today and they won't take the money out. And then you can adjust your order however you need to. All right. Let's see. I wasn't sure you were looking at Facebook. Thanks so much for answering my question. That's so awesome. I was wondering about Ugandan food actually. Yeah, man. No, the food was amazing. And yeah, I see both the Facebook questions and the YouTube ones. It's just more people are asking on Facebook. So it's all good. That's really clever actually. I like it. Yeah. That was super dope when I realized what it stood for. All right, so let's close out with this. Let's scratch off the last one. Yeah, man. So now we're gonna scratch off Uganda, son. Uganda is right about there. Make sure I got it. Let's see if we can get it. Try not to breathe this crap in as I'm doing it. Yeah, man. So, fun fact that I learned this morning. Shout out to my amazing wife. You know, she's dope. She was looking at her DNA this morning, and because our accounts are connected for our ancestry joint, she was able to see mine. And one of the things that she noticed about mine that I had never noticed before was that basically, I hadn't noticed that that I had Eastern Bantu in my DNA. And for those who don't know, Eastern Bantu is in the area of Kenya and also Uganda. So, long story short, I discovered this morning while prepping for the show that I actually have Ugandan ancestry. And I literally did not know that while I was out there. But it's funny because the brother Babaluku and my man Boete, they oftentimes were referred to me and the other artists who came from Canada. Shout out to the Northern Griots, man. All that whole crew, great folks, man. Love building with them. Um, really great folks. But yeah, man. So I learned that I have an ancestor probably 7 generations back. I had one ancestor on my mom's side who was Ugandan. Um, yeah, man, surreal, yo. Yeah, my wife told me that I was broke up, and but I couldn't wait to tell the homies who I just met, my quote unquote distant relatives out there, that we probably are distant relatives. Yeah, that was super dope. So yeah, man. But anyway, I got to clean it up a little bit better. But officially, now that I've updated my map, I can finally say that I've visited the continent of Africa and visited 2 countries there. And my country count as of today, or I should say as of Sunday, or well, no, a couple weeks ago, was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I've been to 21 countries. And I think I've performed in now maybe 18 countries. For most of the countries I visited, I performed in. But yeah, man. So it's pretty amazing, yo. But on that note, I'm out of here, man. Thank y'all so much. If you haven't supported the Kickstarter campaign yet, please back my campaign. We'll make sure that the link is in the bottom. Thank y'all, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I will see y'all next week. It'll be Kwanzaa. Happy holidays, man. I know I said it earlier, but happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Happy Kwanzaa to those who celebrate. I hope for those of you who celebrate Hanukkah that you had an awesome Hanukkah, and Happy New Year, man. I will see y'all before the New Year is done. Next week we will try to do like a little end of the year rap show where we'll talk about some of the highlights of the year, some of the different stuff from the albums or like guest appearances that I've made over the years. Talk about some of our favorites. We also talk about like maybe I'll talk about some of my favorite albums that I've listened to this year as well. And all that good stuff. You know what I mean? And all the highlights. But on that note, yo, I will see you next time. I'll see you soon, but talk to you sooner. Y'all be good, yo. Peace.